I'm Neil Marshall, the last-minute director of this episode.
I am Peter Dinklage, interior banisters.
I'm Lena Headey, soon to be leaving, replaced by... Who is it, Pete?
Don Rickles.
Yeah.
What part are you playing, Lena?
Cersei Lannister.
We were supposed to announce our characters.
Right, okay, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The one that no one likes. That's me.
How about you, Peter?
What's that?
What part do you play?
Oh, Tyrion Lannister. But as my grandmother said when I first told her about this years ago, she went, interior banisters? So I thought that was... Sam McCurdy, DP.
Shall I tell the story of how I got this job at the last moment?
Yes, do it.
Will that be interesting?
That's a good conversation starter. Yes.
Is it because you're a slut, Neil?
Yeah.
Do you know the word no, Neil?
No, not for this. So I got a phone call one Saturday morning from Bernie, the producer, asking if I'd like to come and direct an episode of this. I jumped at the chance, thinking that it meant, a couple of months' time I'll swing on over and direct an episode. But no, actually it was, can you come and start Monday morning at 9 o'clock?
Wow.
And I hadn't seen an episode of the first series at that point, so I had to watch the entire series back to back on the Sunday. Oh look, there I am. and get up to speed with it, and then come in and start first thing Monday morning, and then we had 2 weeks prep, or a week and a half prep, and then get straight into it. So it was all a bit mad, really.
That is mad. Well, you pulled it off, man. It looks amazing. The scale of it is fantastic.
A lot had to do with the film that I'd just done previous to this was Centurion, which is all Romans and battles and stuff like that, done on a fairly kind of small budget. And I had my stunt coordinator, Paul Herbert, and Horsemaster was Camilla Napru, and they're both on Game of Thrones, and I think they worked very hard to push the producers into hiring me for this one. And
you were allowed to bring Sam McCurdy in with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was such a bonus. As
You're
that I was allowed to bring.
Yeah.
My DP Sam, who's worked on all of my features, came across and shot this. And then it was a real joy to find that Liam Cunningham was on it as well. So that was lucky. That was a bonus.
What did you do? Was he on Centurion?
Yeah, well, Liam was in Dog Soldiers and then was in Centurion as well.
Dog Soldiers, wow.
I worked with Sam McCurdy on a horror movie about a year ago. Knights of Badassdom. He was great, so I knew how good he was to work with.
He's good and fast.
Yeah. What's the secret of doing these epic battles on a minuscule budget? Is there a secret?
Oh, I'll tell you that in a minute, but this little scene here of the puking...
Yes.
Everybody thinks that it's like copied from Saving Private Ryan, but it's not. It's based on a true story that my dad told me when he was on a troop ship in the Mediterranean, that all they had was this big slop bucket in the middle, and everybody, if they were going to be sick, had to be sick into that. Of course, by the middle of the trip, everybody being sick, so the thing was just overflowing on their vomit.
Revolting.
And I just thought I had a chance to get it in here, so I put it in there. So that's why it's a bucket of sick.
Neil, when you say Mediterranean troop ship, do you mean cruise?
No, a troop ship when he was in the army.
I'm joking. It just sounded quite camp. That was...
Yes, it was a vaudeville troop.
In the Mediterranean.
Very tan troop.
When he was in the chorus line. This is Mathos, Davos' son.
Our ships outnumber theirs 10 to 1. Our army outnumber theirs 5 to 1.
Those walls have never been breached. And the men guarding the walls, when they see you, they don't see a liberator.
I have to admit to a little crushy on Davos.
Set their city on fire.
Do you like his accent?
Yes. It sounds
Quite
familiar.
With his Geordie accent. He
Sounds
pulls it off a lot better than most.
I know, it's good, isn't it? We love a bit of candlelight.
Oh, the candle budget on
and a
this
bit of
show
wind.
is-
There's a bit of wind going on.
Wind and candles.
Who's in this bed? Oh, it is me. I have sort of a gimpy arm there, don't I? What is that hand doing? I'm stroking my chest hair. My chest hair, singular
Are you
hair.
arousing yourself?
Yeah, I am. Oh, darling.
You know, Pete, I have to say your relationship is just getting more and more lovely to me between you two. I find it really moving, and I just wanted to say that, Pete.
Yeah,
It's kind of really developing.
Does that mean it's going to end badly?
Yes.
Yeah. It sort of starts off as something, and it sort of, becomes something else. And for anybody who's read the books, it changes yet again. Apparently. But I guess that's the nature of the show. Nothing lasts.
Yeah, I haven't read the books, but it seems to be the case. At the moment, anything becomes even remotely soft and fuzzy, it
Right.
ends with, decapitation
It's
or
stomped
rape
on.
or something like that, yeah. Which is fine, that's the way it goes.
Yeah. That was a very comfortable bed, I must say. It's hard doing those scenes. You just get so cozy. You just want to take a nap.
As you know, Your Grace.
Ooh, that's a good shot. Who's that? Who's that?
That is Horseface.
Also to offer guidance.
Oh, Lena.
Oh, yeah.
This is such a darkly lit episode.
Without being too kind of artsy-fartsy about it, I was trying to tie in what was going on outside with what was going on inside by the breeze on the curtains, because it's the wind that's bringing in the ships as well. Is that too much? I don't know.
I was also quite flatulent, Neil, so...
Well, it's that red wine. It's the grape juice.
That didn't help.
It's the laxative juice.
It will really go through you. Oh. What is that?
Is that the cure?
What is that?
Is that the Windies?
Is that a
that's
Pez
a bottle
dispenser?
of Poison, the 1980s perfume. Wear this, my love.
Drops will bring on a deep and dreamless
I can't talk about when you're on... It's horrible when you're on screen, isn't it?
It's not.
Look at that fucking conch.
The conch?
It's like I'm like a witch horse.
You've got a strong jawline.
It's
It could... Bad. Wow.
could break a nut.
What's going on in this scene?
I don't know, I'm just going back to my curtain.
What do you see out there outside your curtain? Does the curtain represent its curtains?
He just brought me a miniature bottle of red from the mini bar.
Belfast extras walking by. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I'm gonna zip.
This is because Jerome was in a singing group.
He was.
Yeah, you guys utilized
He had
his voice.
He had a big hit with another guy called Robson Green.
Rob,
who
yes.
I was like itching to get in as a background extra just to join in. We could have got another.
In a tux.
Could have got another #1 single out of the back of it.
Shit, Neil.
I have a feeling that girl will not be clothed
Missed
for
opportunity.
long.
And I like your nose. How many times you break it?
Up until like the day before we shot it, we didn't have a set to actually do it in. So it's actually taking place in what is the hallway outside the main hall, the throne room. It was just an improvised, let's bring in a tree and stick it in the middle and turn it into a bar. So that was all a bit mad.
Huh. It looks great, though.
Got a scrap with a few older boys. They won. Third time.
Oh,
Yeah, I got that right.
Hey, you don't want to know about third time.
Poor nose.
Don't feel sorry for him. He'll be halfway up your ass before the night's
You
through.
just got very quiet.
That guy looks so much like William Shatner. It's unbelievable.
Rory. I remember Rory being so nervous about this. And I think we were in Croatia before we came back to shoot or something, and he was
This round's on me.
so nervous because he hasn't really spoken a huge amount up until now. And he's brilliant.
Yeah, it's one of his biggest
He's-
scenes.
Yeah, and he's fantastic. And he was he's like, oh God, 2 days he was kind of silent, just reading it and going to bed and reading it. And he's just fantastic.
He runs deep, that Rory McCann.
He does.
I've had some amazing conversations with him. He knows a lot about a lot of different things.
Yeah, he's wonderful.
He can talk about anything, really, yeah.
Oh, he's a fascinating character with his living on his boat, wherever it
Yeah.
is that he lives.
You never know where he's been or where he's going.
He's going to spring up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's fantastic in this scene. He's fantastic in the later scene. Later in the episode. But yeah, he really turned it on for this one.
Yeah, I like that relationship between the Hound and Sansa.
Yeah.
Ground. I put some there myself. So have you.
But again, it's that thing of like just when you think it's going to get a little bit warm and fuzzy.
Right.
But killing's the thing you love.
He's got real humility, Rory, hasn't he? Just in him,
Just like
you know,
you.
in his real self. But you can't hide that. It's beautiful.
Only smaller.
I think it comes from being a bit of a giant. I think he's like,
Yeah.
he's a man with nothing to prove. He doesn't have to go around being a bully or anything because he's a big guy. He's actually just really gentle and kind.
He's so gentle.
Anytime we're out in the heat or anywhere, feeling uncomfortable, and I feel as if I'm about to complain, I look at Rory, who never has any complaints, and he's covered in that prosthetic, and I definitely stop myself from saying anything about the temperature.
So we had a big discussion about whether he was going to wear his dog helmet in the battle, and just how much of a pain in the ass that would have been with the dog's helmet flapping about and he wouldn't be able to see anywhere around him.
Oh, right.
So although it's great when he's riding a horse or something or standing there, but if you actually used to use it for practical purposes, we thought, nah, he's just going to get killed if he steps out in that thing.
Yeah.
He's fabulous. I love the scenes
love
with you
the
two.
scene.
It's great.
He is it's very hard to keep a straight face in a scene with Conleth. This was quite a fun day.
I remember rehearsing for quite some time about how long it was going to take to put the armour on. We had to get that timing right so the dialogue worked with what you were saying every single take.
Yeah. Well, Michelle doesn't provide us with Velcro on our costumes for a good reason. You really have to do it yourself. Leather
I know
straps
she's
and
like
all.
an aversion to zips.
No, it's fantastic. Once you get that stuff on, it really puts you in the world. I really love that.
Well, it looks so real, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah, and lived in.
Not escaping. Strange as it sounds.
It's that amazing map that makes absolutely no sense.
Yes.
I must have looked at it for hours. I still couldn't figure it out.
Or that hair on my head that kind of makes no sense. Sort of Prince Valiant curl going on. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, it's a little...
I can't make eye contact with Conleth in any scenes.
No, I don't. I look to the middle of his forehead, basically.
Yeah, or I kind of look at the table just
Yeah.
below and I think, no, stop it.
Oh, he's the devil.
He is because he does it without moving his mouth. He just looks at you.
And he won't break.
No. Always a professional.
Oh, he won't. But he'll just do his best.
Damn you, Conleth, damn you.
Yeah, you kept
love
on
you,
throwing in random asides, taking the dialogue somewhere completely different
Oh, sure.
for no obvious reason. To get a laugh out of everybody.
Things I wish I had known.
In the original scene, there's a whole monologue that Conleth had here that I think they maybe saved for a later season about why he was cut and this theater company he was involved with, and it's a beautiful monologue. But I think they just sort of, for timing and the efficiency of the story, I think they postponed it.
I think it's been an ongoing mystery from the start, so I think they want to keep it for a special occasion, but
Yeah.
also it makes sense
just
that he
blew it,
wouldn't
that-
reveal it in front of Podrick.
Right. Yeah.
His biggest secret in front of a perfect stranger.
But I love how we have time, that slow burn of you don't have to say everything in the first few episodes about every character.
They did a fantastic job with the visual effects on this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Did you do all of these boat things at night?
Yes.
They're welcoming the new king.
I've never known bells to mean surrender.
Yeah, the boat was a big static, full-size boat, but just static, surrounded by a huge green screen. If it wasn't green screen, then it was just loads of smoke and stuff. And
You literally pulled off a miracle, Neil, with the time that you had. It's unreal.
well, it's stuff I absolutely love doing, and it's just really kind of thinking on my feet and trying to come up with these ideas. But so much of it is already in place when I got there. Obviously, I don't have to design the costumes or the sets or anything like that. And you guys know your characters better than I ever could, so there's only so much input I can have there. So it really is as much, it's about staging it and framing it.
Neil, you're amazing with fire. I've seen all your films, and you always sort of have fire somewhere in your films. And
I love a bit of fire. It's
yeah,
the best
but I mean, in
lighting
this
source.
episode, there's quite a bit of it. So
And it comes in all different colours.
I knew you'd set it on fire.
Yes. Surely my sister has asked you to join the other highborn ladies in Maegor's Holdfast.
She has, my lord, but King Joffrey sent for me to see him.
Well, this is great. They revamped the whole throne room set.
Yeah.
Put these flame bars in it, and it was like, great, let's use them. Let's turn them on. It's supposed to be in the middle of the night.
I will pray for your safety.
Slightly concerned about burning the entire set down.
Yeah.
Just as I prayed for the kings.
Or the wigs off or anything. They were warm.
At least it heats up that giant hall.
And you, my lion.
Oh yeah, it's freezing in there. So that's helped. I think people were really grateful when we turned them on.
Yeah.
Your king rides forth to battle.
Oh, Jack.
So great.
I love this guy.
Heart Eater, I've named it. Is it?
Oh boy, that's just wrong.
Oh, Joffrey, what are you doing?
You'll kiss it again when I return. And taste my uncle's blood.
Will you slay him yourself?
Jack was just the name the valedictorian of Trinity College.
I know.
Outside the gates fighting in the vanguard.
Or the Irish equivalent of that.
Discuss battle plans with stupid girls.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. You're right. I'm stupid. Of course you'll be in the vanguard.
He doesn't want to act. That's the narrative.
No, he's too smart.
Really?
He's too smart to be.
Yeah, he's done after this. He's like, no, when this is finished,
Yeah.
that's it. I'm
actually
going to do
go
something.
Do something with my life.
Yeah. Sit around with you lot,
Yeah.
pretending to read between takes.
Well, I suppose in some respects good for him, but in other respects that's such a crime. He's so
It's
good.
a crime. I know, he's brilliant.
He'll never come back. Joffrey will. The worst ones always live.
That is
Come, my
true.
lady.
That is a great set. I think there's fire in every single shot of this episode.
Yeah, if it burns, light it. So this is our castle set.
Yes.
Where was this?
This is in the quarry,
Quarry.
massive quarry just north of Belfast. And in the bottom of the quarry, there's a big lake, and right next to the lake is where they built this
Cool.
huge set.
Where the wall set used to be, or maybe a bit of it still is, but they've since moved to Iceland. So, you've never been to the quarry, Lena?
I haven't.
No.
I don't tend to get out much.
It's crazy there.
Cold and windy, and
Yeah.
but it is spectacular. It's a great set. It's a great
I
location.
get so jealous that you boys get, you get to all the sort of fighting and I love all that, the environment, I love a bit of a battle.
Cut me in half and I won't be able to give the signal.
Have you done any location stuff? Oh, you were up at Winterfell at the beginning, but mostly you've been confined to sets, haven't you?
Yeah,
I'm
Croatia.
confined.
You
Well,
came to
yeah,
Croatia.
briefly. I've got one day this year in Croatia.
You didn't have to go to Croatia at all, did you, Neil? You were just in Belfast.
No, sadly.
But I think that, I mean,
You
I
were at the
love all the
quarry.
different stories, but the fact that I don't think we could have had any of the other storylines in this episode. It's just because it's all about this battle and.
Yeah, for this episode, it works absolutely that they stayed here. No, I just meant from a personal point of view, it was kind of warm and sunny in Croatia.
Yes, it
Nicer
was.
place.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But Belfast did us well.
What are you wearing? What is that?
She's ahead of her time, Pete. Ahead of her time.
It's the combat corset.
That is a breastplate.
It's because she spills the wine.
Oh, right. It's like a bib.
It's a bib.
You have a little bit of lobster, Gold lobster.
A bit of a crab leg. Let's just talk about something else because I fucking talk for so long. Bore the shitting pants.
What do you want
to
to talk about?
Something. Let's talk about the wildfire, which
is coming up.
Which is coming up.
Which looked amazing, I thought.
Which is incredible. I had a slight scrap with someone the other day who said something about Tyrion and the wildfire, and I said, well, really it was Cersei's plan, right? Remember, you stole it off her.
Yeah, didn't I? A bit.
No, you really,
you?
you go to the guy who I asked to make it and you say, it's now mine. He's here to defend us. Because someone was saying, what a brilliant idea of Tyrion's, and I said, but it wasn't. Cersei was storing it all up.
But was she storing it for this?
Yeah, she says we'll rain fire down on them, remember?
Right. Oh, right. I should read the scripts.
Yep.
Yeah, you were going to chuck it off the walls or something.
I just count my lines.
But that's what happened.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I don't get credit for the battle, so, it's sort of, everybody else gets credit for everybody else.
It was just a mini geek fight.
Did you lay down? You threw down a little bit?
Yeah.
Really? With a geek? With a
well,
fan?
I'm a fucking geek.
Oh, we all are.
To become a queen.
You said he was here to protect.
It wasn't so much about the materials as what you did with them, with the fire, with the
I didn't mean for
wildfire.
it to be such a big issue.
It is now.
Everything has
Anyway,
to
the
have
wildfire
grave
looks
importance on this
fucking
commentary.
brilliant.
Yeah.
That's spectacular.
I'll tell you about the wildfire was that we experimented for some time trying to get things to burn green, different chemicals and all that kind of stuff.
Just
and that
use
wasn't
broccoli
working too well.
and spinach. That always works.
Archers to the marks.
We built a catapult that launched these like globules of basically napalm jelly and set them on fire and launched them across. And it was quite accurate, so we could.
No wonder you're not coming back, Neil.
Did you kill people,
no
Neil?
Wonder.
Well, we could hit the stuntmen with them quite
Ooh.
accurately. And as long as it hit them on their shield or somewhere where they were protected, it was fine. Once it got windy, they started to drift a
Oh
bit.
my
But it was it works out fine. It's all right.
Yeah.
Nobody got burned. But we decided that we should just do everything with real fire and colour it green afterwards, because trying to do it chemically it's not really our department,
This is slightly fucking dangerous.
My God.
Once you get those special effects boys on an idea like that, can we make green fire?
Oh, yeah.
Then,
You got to get them
it's like their dream come true.
something to be obsessed about. This is good.
So good.
The ghost ship.
The creaking of bows.
There's no one on board.
How does Liam get that colour beard?
My beard is starting to...
It's like a sexy badger.
He bleaches it.
Oh, speaking of sexy.
Boom, boom.
Not talking about me. Ooh. I threw that, but it definitely didn't go that far.
Don't hit Jerome.
I
with
basically, I
wildfire.
think I hit it. That went about 2 feet. Jesus.
Oh, I love it.
That's fantastic.
Fucking awesome.
Get down!
Had so much fun here, stringing up Liam on the wires and pulling him off the deck and blowing up half the ship, and yeah.
They should have had a bit of that at the Jubilee. Would have sparked it up.
So this is a whole mixture of stuff that we shot, of physical effects and interactive lighting, and then some CG to like enhance the explosion. And some of these stuff is models, and that's our stuntmen on fire. So it's a big mix of every trick in the book, really. Hey, that was our catapult. See, got him. I haven't done this much
being on fire stuff,
setting people on fire before. So this was a real treat.
A real treat. The northern way.
Well, I guess they didn't really bring me in for the subtle nuances so much as the, screaming and the dying and the bleeding and the, yeah.
A nuclear physicist.
It's not my dinner with Andre.
We shall bomb them with napalm.
Although I like the fact that he's so underwhelmed by it. He's like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
He's so great, isn't he?
The wildfire. We can only play it.
Stephen Delane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the gates. Fire.
It's like the most underplayed psychopath ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so happy when they.
Shall we be off then?
I'm excited to see who they cast for the next season.
Is there a lot more people coming?
Well, yeah, there's a major character coming in, like the King of the North guy.
Oh, the Mance Raider?
Mance Raider.
Who is it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I would like to come up with a very funny answer to Mance Raider, and I was searching, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to offend anybody, because this will be on a disc for a while. So
should be Stellan Skarsgård. Not that that's a funny suggestion, because he's a genius.
Yeah, that is a good idea. I'll call him.
Call him right now.
Yeah, I'm texting him right now.
Hello, Stellan.
Hello, Stellan.
What are you praying for? For the gods to have mercy on us all.
Oh.
Just to bring it back on,
Yes.
still drinking again. Yeah.
You're getting drunk
here. And to the wedding.
Even Joffrey.
Bit of drinking.
Joffrey is my.
Oh, shut up, you little fool.
How was your stomach at this point with that grape juice, Lena?
What was it you were drinking?
I don't know.
Tesco grape juice.
Tesco grape juice. I think at this point, with a corset, a metal corset, and a laxative. There was a lot of.
Do you know I'm doing a play right now where I'm playing a woman and I'm in a corset?
No, you're not.
Yes. And do you know how, which I discovered, because I'd never worn a corset before, and I actually enjoy it because it makes me very svelte. But on a woman, it sort of pushes everything up. On a man, it pushes everything down. So you have like a little tire.
No,
I am incredibly.
It's not just you.
Oh, what? No, it's just, but there's like a little tire around your waist that I never knew I had.
Well, it's like it becomes like a sort of weird prolapse. It's revolving.
Yeah, it's interesting. You're like a tube of toothpaste.
It's just wrong.
Yeah.
Get that fucker off at the end of the day. Thank God.
Inside with this flock of frightened hens.
Is this Erica's play?
Yes.
I have to cut. When are you putting it?
My wife casts me as a woman.
When are you putting it on?
And I'm okay with that. We have a good relationship. We are doing it. We start next week.
When is it? You rehearsing next week, or you putting it on?
Yes, we are rehearsing now. We're putting it on in about 2 weeks.
I want to come and see it.
That's not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen.
It fucking will.
It'll all be over and done with by the time this goes out.
I know.
As a promotional item, it's not.
No,
it's not the best.
It's really not the best way.
I'm just curious. Jeez Louise, you said talk about stuff that's happening.
The point is, I sympathize with corset wearing now.
That's not the point. You just want to talk about your fucking
I want
play.
to talk about me while you're on screen. Steal your thunder.
Fucking steal it. It's
Drink
not hard.
Drink the laxative.
Drink it.
You're doing the drunk without drinking technique, aren't you? You're doing the I am drinking, but the glass has not. You haven't had one sip of that grape juice.
All right. Point her out.
You're like what they used to
It's a lot of glass waving.
Look at
going
that.
on.
There's so much drinking without drinking.
Is this? Are we doing like critique of Lena?
Yes. My scene's coming up. My speech. Tear into me. There we go.
Then you can get stuck in, Lena.
No, I couldn't. He's faultless, bastard. What was I going to say?
Wait.
No, don't.
No,
please don't. I feel I'm sitting here alone and I'm embarrassed.
Nope. They just put.
The thing is,
she's drinking a lot. Never had a sip.
Thank fuck.
The thing is, I was really worried that those scenes would be jarring in amongst all the exciting battle
They
stuff.
are, babe.
But they actually they pay off brilliantly. They balance the whole thing perfectly.
Yeah.
Neil, it's a brilliant balance between all this stuff and then you go to these such intimate scenes. It's really it's a lovely
I disagree.
balance. You just don't.
You disagree? Oh.
Yeah.
Just take a sip. I do the same thing.
Do you know what? I'm going to hide all the fucking hummus, Peter Dinklage.
I've peed in the corner of these castles. Don't tell anyone.
Form a welcome party for any Baratheon troop that manages to touch solid ground. Pod, run to the King's Gate. Bring any men guarding it here now.
Serious.
Yes.
Righto.
Offer you can't refuse.
And that was an outtake. That was behind the scenes. That was Rory.
What was on someone's iPhone?
Yeah, they always have to put these extras. Sometimes they'll catch them like smoking a cigarette or on their iPhones in the background, and apparently they've had to CGI some people out. I guess they didn't have a chance to in these scenes.
It's always tricky trying to get a bunch of guys who maybe have never shot a bow in their lives to not only do it at all, but to do it in sync with all these other guys at the same time with flaming arrows. So that was quite tricky. I think we only had about 10 of them, so we've kind of reversed some shots to make it look like there's a lot more.
Yeah, how many guys are down in the water, really?
4.
Yeah.
That's 4 guys.
It's this very careful placing of the camera. We had a maximum of 100 extras.
Shit.
It's exactly what we did on Centurion. It's just a question of, well, you stack them up lengthwise rather than, you want to bunch them up as much as possible in front of the camera.
Right.
And that guy with the rock dropped on his head, we built we built this like whole fake guy with a fake head and dropped a real rock on it just to see what would happen. His skull was all like made of like bone-like material with all his brains inside, and we just dropped a real massive rock on it. Jeez.
This commentary is revealing quite a lot about you, Neil Marshall.
They usually do. But anybody who's watched my films is not really going to be that surprised by it.
I know, but there's a real glee in your voice.
That's because it's great fun.
It's so much fun.
Look, I got to let Rory loose with a big sword, and
right.
He's chopping people up left, right, and centre.
Coming up, I have my chopping scene, which I found quite interesting because the gentleman that they had me chop his leg off was a gentleman who had only one leg. And I was coming at him from behind, so I felt very heroic in that shot. The poor gentleman. And he was probably about 70 years old as well, Neil. So great hero shot for me. Sneak up behind somebody who's about 70, who's already missing a leg, chop off a fake leg, and then he falls over.
If you got the wrong one, then we'd be in trouble.
He was so sweet. Yeah, if I got it a little bit high, yeah. Just can't stop staring at that glass now.
All fucking right. Reel it in, Dinklage.
Is this the Shire?
I just read our first scene for next season.
Wow, who'd you pay? They will not give me a script.
No, it was like they gave me one scene purely for a whole different reason.
To learn your lines?
Yes, so I could start now.
Yeah.
Because you know me. Ooh.
Yeah, we have some good.
There just ain't no love lost, is there?
I like acting with you.
No spoilers then.
No, you can't say anything.
But
no.
It's good. It's good. And you get some fucking zingers.
Good.
Excellent.
I mean, there's so many people out there who know so much more about this story than I do because they've read the books.
That's a very interesting story.
Stannis' fleet destroyed.
This was quite funny, wasn't it, Neil? Because Eugene threw himself across the room like he was on wires.
Oh, he really went for it. But I don't think he hit him yet. I think he has to come back again and then he hit him.
Oh, sorry.
But yes, he did go flying. You just gave him a little poke.
So he's your cousin, and you're sleeping with him as well.
Yeah, what of it?
There's just a lot of characters in the show, and your character seems to just not be interested in people outside the family. It's just interesting.
I think she should try and seduce Tyrion.
Oh, wait, she doesn't actually need a refill. Okay. Yeah, all right.
Go on, take a drink.
Go on, there it is. No.
I can't because I'm going to shit myself.
When we did that drinking scene in the first season, Jerome and Sibel and myself, I really had to drink like a gallon of that stuff. And I'm just talking from experience. A porta potty in the middle of nowhere on the northern coast of Ireland. And yeah, it's
hard
rough.
And it's really sugary too.
Yeah,
so
it's
you're
rough.
just kind of
You're wired and poopy. You're wired and poopy.
On these nights, it was raining so hard, we had so much fake blood on the set that literally, you'll see it in a second when we go down to a low-level shot, that the ground there was literally rivers of blood running down the beach. So I had to get a shot of that.
Oh, yeah.
Very symbolic, I thought.
So this is the Hound sort of has had enough. Yes.
Too much fire.
Too much fire. Fire bad.
Shit, I just stumbled onto a Neil Marshall set. I better get out of here.
I'm gonna...
It's funny because this sequence, this is when my wife chose to visit the set for the first time. And she was just there, game and standing in the mud and the rain. That was fun.
This entire scene of Stephen fighting on top of the wall, this was never really in the script. He was originally kind of left at the bottom of the wall, giving out orders and running the battle from there. But I said, we really need to see the difference between him and Joffrey, that he gets stuck in. So I wanted to have him climb up the ladder, but we never actually scripted it. I just came up with the whole scene, and we shot the whole thing kind of off the cuff, and he started hacking these people left, right, and centre. I think it really works. It's not necessarily, I gather, it's not something that was in the books, but I think it works for his character.
Can I get you some iced milk and a nice bowl of raspberries too?
You're on the wrong side of the wall.
I lost half my men. The Blackwater's on fire.
Dog, I command you to go back out there and
This is one of the better resignation speeches.
Your King's Guard, Clegane.
Go on, dog. So good.
So this thing, you'll see it later on, this battering ram thing. I'm very proud that I kind of designed this whole thing.
Really?
Fantastic. Well, one thing I thought was that these guys aren't so primitive. They're not just going to show up with a big log and start hammering away at the doors. They're going to have some kind of siege machinery, but obviously they're coming off boats, so they're not going to have big siege towers. So I came up with this design that the battering ram would be taken in, and then a boat itself would actually go upside down and become like a turtle shell over the top of the battering ram, and then the ram would hang from the bottom of that and be used to bring the doors. It's kind of based on other medieval stuff that used to exist, but just with a boat instead.
Yeah.
And they built it for real, and it was really heavy, and you know the whole thing worked. So that was a lot of fun. Could really get into this whole siege engineering thing.
It's when you stopped murdering people, Neil.
If only you could
after I've stopped
take
murdering
siege of
people.
a castle with no violence. Is that possible?
Get down there and lead your people against the invaders.
And then this, all the rain that we see on this is genuine rain. We didn't add any rain into this at all. It was chucking it down
That's
for.
the thing about Ireland.
It was like 3 or 4
Does
nights
it rain
solid, without a break. I mean, it was pretty.
We couldn't shoot this in
pretty damp
Pasadena.
all around.
We just couldn't.
It's very moist in Belfast.
It's moist. It's moist.
It adds to the scene.
So he's gone. He's a coward. And it's
Chicken.
up to the god of thunder. Wheels turning, acting, attempting, crowd gathering.
The audience is there. The stage is set.
We just need a spotlight.
I'll lead the attack.
You there at the back?
They say I'm half a man.
I often feel.
Of you?
The only way out is through the gate.
It's a fabulous speech, and I think you absolutely nailed it.
Thanks.
Come out behind them and
It's funny. It's sort of the anti-speech. It's yeah. I guess it's the way he connected with them.
Available at Target.
We've got brave men knocking at our door.
Locked out of the house. Get the Neil Marshall battering ram.
I love this little moment here where you just kind of, what the hell have I just got myself into? Oh, this is where you clobber him.
Oof.
When the gold cloaks saw the king leaving, they lost all heart.
Where is my son?
I want to escort him back to the battle.
Why do I care what you want?
It's a good question. Where is Joffrey at this point?
Ooh.
He kept doing that over and over. And we were like, do you want any pads? And he's like, no, absolutely. I'm absolutely fine. It doesn't hurt. And I was like, you're going to be in fucking agony tomorrow.
He's like 18.
They will save the city. Should we sing a hymn? Gentle Mother, font of mercy, save our sons from war, we pray.
I remember first reading the script for this episode and seeing that there was, at the time, 3 musical numbers in it. One of them got cut out, so it actually plays all right. I was a bit worried when I read it that it was the Battle Musical edition.
It wasn't. It's not easy being the imp. Sitting on the castle
Pete,
wall.
Did you see that?
It
thing
ain't
of you?
easy being the imp. What?
Did you see that?
Rolling Stone cover? Yeah.
No.
What? Oh,
Here,
not
get
that.
It. The
What?
one on the wall with you. That like Barack Obama.
Oh yeah.
Poster. Have you seen it? And it
Oh, the
says
graffiti
pimp.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was a fake.
It was.
It was a fake, but fuck, it's great, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a good idea.
Would be awesome if it was real.
I've gone to that street
Are
and
you
made it
running
real.
for president?
Mr. Dinklage, are you running for president? No, what is that?
And if not, why not?
That's a voodoo doll.
Ooh.
Just deliver that speech.
Mm.
Starting to panic.
What are you doing here?
Not here for long.
He loves you.
We reshot this scene because the first version did also have a song in it.
Did it?
Really? Rory sang?
No, Rory didn't sing. He made Sansa sing, but it was the song that she's just finished singing. So coming straight off the back of that scene, it would have felt a bit weird.
Beauty and the Beast.
The Lannisters are killers. Your father was a killer. Your brother is a killer. Your sons will be killers someday.
I like the band, The Killers.
I was going to say they can form a band.
So you better get used to looking at them.
You won't hurt me.
Nah.
Sophie is, I think, extraordinary. I think she's just becoming such a great actress.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an amazing cast all round. Everybody's extraordinary in it.
So many of the young ones, it's their first job. And if I was, I don't know, I'd be such at a loss. They're so at ease in front of the camera. It's amazing. Oh, here comes Choppy. Here comes chopping the old man's leg. There we go.
Got him. And again.
And again. Just this side of Monty Python. Just this side of it. We could easily just turn it just a little bit up and it would be Monty Python.
If you
It's a
turn the
fine
yelling
line.
down
You turn the yelling down.
and put some. doo-doo-doo-doo.
Shake the hair.
Well, you don't want helmet hair, do you?
No,
You should have
don't.
shaken it. You should
already
have shaken it
starting to
out a
mullet.
little bit there when you.
Yeah, I should have shooken it out a little bit. Oh, fuck me.
Go on then.
That's great.
Now this is something I always want to do as well. Chop the top of
On
his head
film,
off
right,
so
Neil?
you can...
On film, right?
On film,
no,
on
you
film,
have
yeah.
to clarify, Neil.
Clarify, Neil.
Sorry.
Gosh.
Just so that you could still see his eyes and they were moving, that it was clearly not a fake
In the
head.
film,
it was a
in
real...
film, on
In film.
On film.
Not in your basement.
No.
Good save.
Not in my dungeon.
Pete.
Add some prosthetic.
But you're going to end up with a really cool scar.
Yes, I know. It's
That will be such fun to go in an hour earlier for.
sitting there with Rory.
There's a downside.
Yeah, Rory and I will get to know each other.
Just get it for real and then you won't have to go in for makeup.
In
This
Neil's
is true.
basement.
In Neil's mind. But in the books, apparently, I get my nose chopped off. And they sort of went,
Yeah,
well,
but-
we're not going to have you in a little green sock on your nose all for the next, how many
17
seasons?
years.
17 years. Because I think that would be a little funny to CGI, so they just gave me a nice slash.
Yeah,
Well, they
that's
could have
gonna look
given you
cool.
like a metal nose like Lee Marvin in Cat Baloo. The
A Chinatown
fake nose.
You could have played
Yeah.
nose percussion.
And my nose flute to the days would be over.
You could hear them howling in the night.
God.
Oh, the money
Oh,
shot.
look at that.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
So we only had 12 horses, but we needed. We only had
Really?
12 horses, but
Really?
we needed. Yeah, we need, the maximum horse we had was 12. But I said we need a money shot. We need something that shows that there's big cavalry coming in.
Yeah.
So luckily the visual effects boys did wonders with our 12 and.
Looks fab.
Wow. They
was
just
that- or
duplicated
the
it or something?
Horse bred them very quickly.
Wow.
All the stags will bow, all the wolves will bow. The bears in the north.
I remember learning this with you, Pete,
Mm-hmm.
in the flat, and I just couldn't fucking get the animals right.
The sexy
Start making
badger.
them up.
Yeah,
the
it's like
sexy
all
badger.
the goldfish will
The
fly,
goldfish.
and the mountains will fall.
The ladybugs rain thunder. No, that's not it. No.
The sloths will wake up.
Salamander's dream of. Oh.
And the bananas will sing.
Heads will roll.
Oh, God. It's nothing better than slow motion. My aunt, after this episode, called my mother's home and left a message because she really likes this show, repeating over and over again, Diane, is Peter dead? I heard is he really dead? Call me back. Is he dead? God, call me back. Not using my character name. My mom was a bit...
So we had Charles Dance come in just to do one line of dialogue. I don't think he was very happy at being called in for rehearsal at 7:30 just to come in and do his dialogue and then sit around until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
The battle is over. We have won.
But he delivered it well, I thought.
Fantastic.
Bravo.
Mr. Marshall.
Please come back, Neil.
Oh, trust me, I'll be back in a flash if I'm invited back. I will be back. I'd like to come and wreak some more havoc. That would be good.
My, yes, please.
But maybe do some quiet, talky stuff as well.
Yeah. I will use what power I have over HBO to see that happens.
Like hypnotic power?
Yes. Goodbye, Lena. Goodbye, Neil.
Goodbye,
it was lovely
Peter.
to
Goodbye,
catch up.
Neil, go back to your basement.
Yeah, I'm off back to my basement.
Neil, just don't hurt anyone.
I'll try not to.
Yeah.
So yes, this is Neil Marshall, director, signing off.
This is Peter Dinklage, actor, signing off. Why? You don't laugh at acting there. Jinky jink, no jinky. This is the artist who...
This is Lena Drinky signing off.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.